going on, guys? This is the Wisdom Matrix, and this video is about the importance of something that most people may not know about, and if they do, they don't really realize how important it is. And this thing is called the placebo effect. Basically, so an example of what this is, right? So basically, you're whenever they do scientific studies, they find that they say that they give you medicine, right? And all it is like sugar pills and water or whatever. And it actually works just as good as the actual medication that they're, trying to test. That's why they have so many studies, because they're trying to make it more effective than the placebo effect, which doesn't always work. But the reason why this is so important is because this effect can be used in everyday life. This effect is used in a lot of ways. And a lot of, that's how a lot of miracle healings have happened in the past. It's funny because whenever Jesus, healed somebody or was going to heal somebody, he would always ask, like, do you believe? Do you believe that this can work? It's because he cannot violate a sacred principle behind all so-called magic work, miracle work, or whatever you want to call it. And that principle is, if you don't believe in it, then it cannot work for you. So I might do a video about how to believe, because it's important. How to create beliefs, because it can be useful. And I have talked about the dangers of having beliefs, but mostly it has to do with when those beliefs, deal with interacting in the world in a certain way. Mostly those beliefs aren't really beliefs at that point; they're just dogmas. I consider dogmas and beliefs to be totally different, because beliefs don't always have an emotional tones to. Well, they do have an emotional tone to them, but they don't have such a rigid system like dogmas do. And dogmas can be anything, but that's another video in itself. But the reason why this is important is because science tells us that certain things just can't happen. It's impossible. But as I pointed out before, people have gone into extreme weather conditions and survived because of belief, and because they're able to do certain things and breathing techniques and whatnot. And the reason why this is important is because you can do this in your own life. If you they say that seeing is believing, but the truth is that it's opposite. Believing is seeing. If you don't believe something, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it happen. That's why so many scientifically minded people, so many atheists, don't ever see God. The infinite, or they don't ever see the manifestations of the divine or angels or whatever you want to call it, because they don't believe. And they point out the dangers of religions and stuff like that. But they misrepresent spirituality as religion. But that's another video in itself. But yeah, this is why it's important to recognize that belief is extremely powerful. As a matter of fact, belief, I've pointed this out in other ways before, but belief controls your life. Another word for dogma is ideology, or what I call perspective lock. Perspective lock is just another word for dogmatic views in a lot of ways. Dogma isn't just something that happens with religion or, certain ideologies or whatever. It happens in all kinds of cases. And dogma can be kind of subtle. Even spiritual people can be kind of dogmatic and stuff like that. So it's careful not to have perspective lock. But it's also careful. It's also a good idea to, believe, notice that your perspective, that so much more is possible than we give the world credit for, because we live in a stage orange reality. We live in the West, which has a very stage orange, materialistic way of looking at things. Unless you're like stage green or yellow or sometimes blue, but blue doesn't have the same level. That's another video. But anyways, so in another video I'm going to show you a technique on how to kind of find this out for yourself, how belief can change your life. But I might have to do a hypnosis video first about how to get rid of your limiting beliefs, because hypnosis has been shown to influence the subconscious, which holds a lot of these beliefs. That's a video in itself about how the subconscious can be accessed with the conscious mind. The subconscious isn't just conscious, or not. It's not just inaccessible. It's not just accessible during hypnosis. It's accessible during regular life. In many cases, if you're relaxed or whatever. But that's another video. I might do that one day too. Anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and if you like this video, please like it, share it with other people, and subscribe so that other people, so you can see when I make a new video, and share it with other people so they can get the same benefits as you did. And I'll talk to you on the next video.